And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into today's video, make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. So we are in the middle of the international break, so as things stand right now, club football isn't taking place. I'm personally not a massive fan of international football. I do find it really boring to watch. I don't know, it's just really crap. But thankfully, club football is back this weekend, so I'm looking forward to seeing Celtic play. But obviously, despite international football being played right now, there's still a lot to talk about with regards to the club and news around the club. Obviously, a lot of players are away that play for Celtic with their national teams, playing for their countries, as well as that, there's a lot of general news to discuss around the club, away from maybe on-field football, which we'll go through all in today's video. As you can tell by the title, massive Palma news, which we will go through a little bit later on in this video. But I quickly want to discuss the AGM, so the annual general meeting that takes place at the club, obviously annually. Now, this is normally a time for stakeholders, shareholders to discuss with the Celtic board about club matters and certain things around the club and stuff like that. Just how the club's run and all that type of stuff. But this year, that has been overshadowed, if you will, by the Green Brigade and their current situation. Now, the Green Brigade have had their season tickets suspended by the club, and as the club put it in their statement, it's due to their misconduct and their usage of flares at Fir Park. Now, despite obviously the club statement saying that, the Ultras group do claim it's due to their support for Palestine and stuff like that. But regardless of whatever the situation is, the outcome that's currently in place is the fact that the Ultra Group had their season tickets suspended and they aren't able to access any Celtic games at the moment. Now, this has caused other groups to walk out of games in show of solidarity with the Green Brigade, the boys, the Ultra Group, the boys. They walked out of a game. So I would say, from what I've seen, reading about this situation, I think the fan base is pretty split down the middle. I think some fans are in favour of what the board have done, and some fans support the Green Brigade. That's normally the case with most things. But regardless of this, the AGM gives time for basically the hierarchy of the club, if you will, to discuss this matter and see what the solution is. The long-term solution will be for this this situation. Whether or not we see the Green Brigade being unsuspended from games, or that suspension being upheld and maybe even longer or more severe, we'll have to wait and see. But this meeting will definitely give that proposed outcome that we need to see with regards to the situation. I mean, the stakeholders will speak with the board, I'm sure, about the situation. That'll probably be the main talking points. And I'd say give it a few weeks and we'll know the long-term outcome for the situation. It also gives a time for the shareholders to speak to new chairmans, Peter Lowell and Michael Nicholson as well, see how they're getting on and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely watch the Celtic space in the next few weeks to see what the solution is for this Green Brigade current situation. That does take place this week on Wednesday, the 22nd of November. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out for that and see what happens with regards to that. Now let's quickly discuss a former Celtic player, a fan favourite, which is Jota. Jota left Celtic Park last summer, or this summer, for £25 million in a big money move. A very lucrative deal for him personally, with the wages over there. But to put it pretty briefly, it hasn't really worked out for him. What's happened is with Jota, his situation, he's not been registered for the Saudi Pro League. In that league, there's rules that you can only register 8 foreign players. And Al Ittihad have a star-studded team with the likes of Karim Benzema and N'Golo Kante and a lot of other big names. So Jota has unable to be registered for that league campaign. So he has not made any competitive action in the league since the registration window closed. He's played a few games in the AFC Champions League, but not much football at all. Now he's seeking a way out of the club, despite only being there for a few months. Al Ittihad themselves have gone through a bit of a change. Nuno Espirito Santos, who was the manager, has been sacked, and they are now about to appoint Marcelo Gallardo as his replacement. And he wants Jota to go out on loan in January. Now, Celtic's name has been thrown obviously in the rumours and speculation, but that does seem pretty unrealistic right now that he will return to Celtic Park. But Newcastle United, who are owned by the PIF, who also own Al Ittihad, and the three other top teams, Al Nassr, Al Ahly and Al Hilal in the Saudi Pro League, they are interested in signing Jota as well. They've recently gone through a bit of an injury crisis themselves. Jacob Murphy is got a shoulder injury, and I think Miguel Almiron and Isak are kind of in and out of the team with injuries as well. So they need a backup option on the wing, and Jota's name has come into place as a potential signing for them, and he can make a move to Newcastle United, which is quite interesting. If he does go there, I mean, it just shows the level that he actually is as a player. He's a brilliant player. £25 million is a lot of money for us that we got for him, but he's definitely worth more than that, in my opinion, from the level that he plays at. And him going to Newcastle United or being linked to Newcastle United shows that. But this move could be in jeopardy if there's a ban on Newcastle United to sign players from their sister clubs such as Al Ittihad. The Premier League is holding a meeting to discuss this matter, which basically will put in place a rule that means the Newcastle United can't loan players from the Saudi Pro League due to them being owned by the same people, PIF. So we'll have to see how this goes, see what happens with Jota in his future. But as you guys say in the comment section below, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, and Jota has found that out to be true. Now let's discuss the main story from today's video, which is massive Luis Palma news. So he is currently away with Honduras on international duty. He had a great game against Mexico, had a really good assist, really transitioning his club form onto the international stage. But unfortunately, he has picked up a knock in training, which means he will miss their next clash, and he will be returning back to Celtic. Hopefully, this isn't a major injury. I mean, we are struggling at the moment with attacking options with Maida, obviously injured currently, Abada, a long-term injury. So hopefully he will be available this weekend. But as things stand right now, Luis Palma has picked up a knock and he's leaving international duty and will miss the next clash for Honduras and possibly return to Celtic Park to get ready for this weekend. We don't know how severe this injury is right now. The fact that describing it as a knock is kind of promising, I suppose. But I think that's quite general terminology for an injury. But hopefully it's nothing too serious and he will be available for this weekend. We'll have to wait and see with regards to that. Otherwise, we could see possibly Yang play or Mikey Johnston as well. I'm not too sure about that one, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, he is injured right now, or picked up a knock, so hopefully he's available this weekend. But yeah, guys, let me know what you make of this situation. What do you make of the Luis Palma news? What do you make of this, obviously, Green Brigade situation, the ongoing situation? Do you think there's a possibility for this to be resolved in this in this AGM? Let me know. And did you think when Jota left Celtic, did you think he would struggle like he has since he left? Did you see this happening when he went to Saudi Arabia? Yeah, let me know what you make of this situation down in the comment section below. But that does bring us to the end of today's video, guys. Make sure you drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.